Hello, off-screen grinding tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon PureRed, the Romhack, with me, BlueAnkylo. Just introducing myself to the stream here over the last few minutes, so they've already heard this, but for the future tubers, this is stream number 2, the beginning of it, and yeah, that's okay, Amora, that's, I think, well, whatever, I'll deal with that in between episodes, it's fine, I'll clean up my box. But yeah, future tubers, you should be able to see the chat now, I fixed that, at least, for stream number 2, I think. But yeah, I did do a little bit of work between streams, and even at the end of the last stream that wasn't recorded. So we're going to do a little recap on what's changed, and I did do some grinding. But like I believe I said this at the last episode, because we were using our recently evolved Dodrio, who got to level 25 and was completely carrying the team. I said, I will not let anybody get past this guy's level. So level 25 was my maximum, and I was trying to keep it closer to 20 or 22. It does turn out that a lot of Pokemon in this hack, maybe in vanilla, but especially in this hack, they both get their evolution by level 20 or 22. A lot of them do anyway. Or they get a really good mid-game move around those levels. So I just want to give a quick recap of what happened. So we already know Multibird, Fury Attack Flying, Dustclaw Earth, or Ground, Double Kick Fighting, Rage Dragon. Rage is not the best, but it's okay. Great moveset, he's been carrying us super hardcore, plus really good stats as a Dodrio now. Like, I'm trying to find other people so he doesn't just carry us. I've been using this guy, our eggs. He does, I don't know when he evolves. I assume it's fairly high level, but I could be wrong in this hack. But he seems kind of cool. So, kind of replaced my starter Bulbasaur with this guy for the moment. He's got, like, okay moves, but he needs a psychic attack, and he doesn't have it yet. And Grass is kind of tricky to get strong attacks. I'm sure he gets Solar Beam eventually, but you know, for now, he doesn't have too much. So, this guy maybe isn't really carrying his weight too well, but, you know, he's good strong grass type, good defensive type. This is our starter. We've still got him on the team for now. I might bench him anyway, because starters are all a little bit overused, right? Everyone uses a starter, so maybe we'll make a team without a starter. So there's that, and his moveset kind of sucks. It's really not that amazing. Vine Whip's fine, but, you know, that's about all he's got. Yeah, and if we evolve him with the Leaf Stone, I honestly, though, I have a feeling, I have read through the notes, it is possible he levels up via, he evolves via level now, so it may not be a Leaf Stone. I have to, we'll see when we get there, but I know they made some tweaks to that a little, to the evolutions. We also caught this guy at the end of the live stream, and I leveled him up to 25, so he's about the same. Actually, not on purpose, more just leveling up weak Pokemon and switching to him, so he got the half XP for finishing things off, and is just, he's a powerhouse. So Pinsir has amazing attack stats and defense and, you know, okay speed and special. But yeah, his moves are pretty good. We used a TM to teach him Karate Chop, because he learned like whatever the name of the fighting move that does your level-based damage, which is kind of bad. So we taught him Karate Chop via TM, which is super good. I mean, it's not the best fighting move, but for now, it's great. Bide, we also taught via TM. That's a attack and defense up. Bind is a rock type 2 or 3 turn disable kind of damage and enemy loses their turn kind of thing. So it's okay. But Vice Grip is the one that he learned, I think, around level 24 or 25. And oh boy, this is why I want to try some bugs out, because this is now a 75 power, 100% accuracy, plus 30% paralyze. So he gets Stab, so 50% extra power. He's got a ridiculous physical stat, which Bug is. And it can paralyze, like, youch. So anyway, that's real good. I figure we got to give that a try. It's still Bug type, which is only super effective on a couple things, but, you know, Kadabras don't have a lot of defense. They still kill him if they go first, though. So there's that. Anyway, that's kind of the new thing with our Pinsir. We did also, it turns out this was a trade, it's an in-game trade. You had to trade a Pidgeotto for a Seal, and we could actually catch wild Pidgeottos to the left of town. So we just caught one real easy and traded him for Slappy the Seal. And I don't know if I'm going to keep him around. I did use a TM to teach him Aurora Beam, because we had an Ice, and I also used a TM to teach him Bubble Beam. So he's got a pretty strong mid-tier, like 60, 65 power water and ice move. And also a couple normal physicals. So he's kind of a weird mix. I don't know if we'll keep him around too long, but at least we have a water type for now, which is nice nice. We're missing out on it, basically, so we needed some variety. And for now, I'm going to show off the Beedrill. We tried really hard to get this guy to work. He never learned any good moves while we were grinding on screen, ever. And was really, honestly, like, quite bad. But at around, like, level 19, he learned Acid, which is it's an improved poison attack in this version. He learned Wing Attack at, like, level 16, which is okay. He's not a flying type, though. He's Bug Poison now. But he did learn Twin Needle eventually. I think level 22 is when he learned that. And that's, like, his signature Beedrill move, right? And I kind of wish he'd learned it earlier, but I do know why they didn't let him learn it until the 20s. Because, where is it here? What's it called? Twin Needle? There we go. 50 power? Twice. So that's 100 power. Or with Stab, 150 power. Perfect, well, not perfect accuracy, 100%, but it can technically miss with certain things. And it can still also poison if you get a little lucky. That's technically even stronger than the Vice Grip, which is very strong. I mean, Paralyze versus Poison, I might prefer Paralyze, but anyway, we've got two incredibly strong bug moves now, finally. So that's cool. I've done a little bit more. I'm just going to do these a little bit quicker to show them off. Oh, I have to... can we... No, you can't see their stats. Okay, we're gonna temporarily put the Beedrill wherever this box is, because I just want to show what's going on in the background. I also leveled up because I want to get the Pokedex filled up, because we get certain items based on a big Pokedex. So I also evolved, the Butterfree. I'm not going to use them. I think it's technically in my banned list, because I think I've used Butterfree quite a few times. This guy, in this version, was still way better than Beedrill at, like, levels 10 to 15 to 20. It learned Psywave, which is the weaker psychic attack in this hack. And it learned Confusion. And it learned Leech Life, which is... I'll show you that one in a second. As well as all of its usual status ailments. So Confusion is vanilla, Sleep Powder, Stun Spore, Poison Powder, those are all normal. But it learns them all quite a low level. And Leech Life, which, well, while we're showing off cool bug moves, I want to show these off, because I spent a little bit of time in between episodes grinding. And these are some of the big changes in the hack, right? So I think it's important for everyone to kind of be on the same page. So this was the weak move that the Weedle had, right? The 15 power poison attack that's mostly useless. We do have somebody with Pin Missile, which I will say is about the same as it was before. I don't think it's uniquely different than it used to be. But no, I want to look at Leech Life, because this is way different than vanilla. I don't know the exact stats in the base Gen 1. I haven't looked them up. But I feel like, just like the other bug moves are considerably stronger, this one... So I mentioned Psywave was on Butterfree. That's a 30 power, just weaker than Confusion, that's all. Where's that friggin' Leech Fang? Leech... I must have gone past it. I wish these were sorted alphabetically or by type or something, but I'll catch it here. Leech something. I already forgot the name of it, that's the problem. Just enjoy the music, it's very nice. Not Leech Seed. I think I've forgotten the name. Acid, right. Acid is a bit stronger too. Yeah, I'll definitely throw that up. Yep. I will point this out while we're looking at the move decks. Static Snag is another new one. So it's an electric mid-tier, mid-range electric. So, like, Thunderbolt is stronger, Thundershock is weaker, but this is a very, very good mid-game electric move. And it also paralyzes. We have a couple Pokemon that learned that, and that's an interesting option there too. Glare is kind of a new one, I think. It's 100% paralyzed. That's pretty high. That's pretty good. This is it. Leech Life. Okay. Wait a second, guys. A 70 power bug move that heals you half of the damage? That's way stronger than Absorb, and it's still a bit stronger than Mega Drain. So there's now a bug move that does physical instead of special, and actually does more damage than Mega Drain. Now, sure, there's potentially Giga Drain, but, 5 PP or whatever. And I don't even know if that's in Gen 1. I don't think so. Anyway, so Leech Life is, like, pretty dang good. it's a good argument for using a Butterfree, because Confusion is strong, and eventually you can probably teach him Psychic, right? And stuff like a very strong Bug move. Interesting. All right, so that's one of the big new ones. We talked about Dustclaw. We do have Hyper Fang now, which I think is pretty similar to Vanilla. It's always been a very high power, not perfect accuracy with a chance to flinch. I think that's pretty normal. Again, the stats might be a little different, but it feels pretty samey. Oh, we got Slash is another sort of unique one. You can probably guess who learned this. It's actually I didn't know this, but it seems to be slightly less damage than Hyper Fang. I thought Hyper Fang was stronger, but maybe that's the fact that this crits more, right? It has a high crit chance. So, but yeah, there's Acid. That's pretty much all of the moves I wanted to show off, other than Acid. So I'll show that one. Confuse Ray is 100%. I'm not sure if it was always 100%, but it is now. Because I looked up a few of these. Hypnosis is actually the bad one. Well, it's 60%, I guess. It's not super high, but there's stuff like Confuse Ray is 100, which is pretty good. 100% Status Affliction is strong. Dig is 2-turn, 80 power, 100 accuracy. Seems about the same as normal. I'm not 100%. I must have used Acid once, right? Just to compare, yeah, this Mega Drain is slightly weaker than the Leech. The bug Drain. I think Low Kick we probably looked at. 50 power fighting, that's pretty strong. This is the Seismic Toss that we had the one time, but just does level damage, so no thanks. Aurora Beam we just taught. 65 power. Ice seems good to me. It's not as good as Ice Beam, but, you know, whatever. Bubble Beam, obviously similar. Mid-tier, strong power. Those are very similar. Acid. There we go. Finally found it. So, I don't know if this is vastly different, but 50 power, 100% accuracy with defense down. It sounds like future generations Acid to me, but this is at least a poison move that's pretty strong. Certainly not game-breaking, but 50 power, especially with stab, could work. I don't even normally remember what poison is good against. I have to literally look it up. Grass. Yeah, it's only grass. That's why I never remember. So poison attacks are not, like... it's barely worth much. It just counters grass, but lots of stuff counters grass, so... Easy to forget. At least for now. Yeah, that's a... Other than, like, normal, which is known for not really having anything weak to it, why is poison, like, one type advantage and then weak to 4 others? Like, that's not great. I guess it's trying to get status afflictions and stuff. Anyway, I think that's all of them. There's a few things that are important to try to remember. Wrap is the normal long-term damage one, but there's other ones that are tweaked a little. Bind and something else. It's hard for me to remember. That's why I'm spending a little bit more time here. Some of these have different type attachments than in normal. Like I said, Rage was Dragon and actually pretty strong. And I don't want to spend too much more time here. I know Lick is Ghost damage. Is there anything else? Well, we'll go back to the 50s and then finish off the way to the beginning again, but I'm pretty much done. Roar is changed, I think. Yeah, Dragon damage and attack down, so that's definitely not the same as before. Showed that. Showed those. This is flying now. That's different. Wrap is normal. I know there's a couple that are similar, but aren't. Horn attack is... Headbutt is normal. That's pretty standard. Horn attack is rock now. That's also different, I believe. And double kick is fighting. That's pretty normal. Stomp is still normal. Vine whip is still grass. Bind, that's the one. So there's a couple of these that seem very similar to do multi-turn attacks, but this is a rock one now. I feel like that's different. Wing attack is a decent flying. Actually, the important part to remember about this is its priority, and I don't think it used to be. So you got to remember some of these now have priority. And then we saw like the really strong bug attack. And then we just get a bunch of weak normal attacks. No biggie. And a typical fighting. Okay, that's all the moves. We don't do any more moves. But I figured trying to put that on screen as try to remember when we play, because it's hard. Alright, let's finish my computer, because I was going to show... This is taking a lot longer than I was expecting. So I talked about Beedrill. I talked about Butterfree. We are considering to use Rhydon, but he's got the standard ground rock typing, and he has learned a few moves. So Duskclaw is ground, Horn Attack is rock, Low Kick is fighting, Bite is normal. That's a pretty good move set. Like, that's not bad. And he's got good stats, so we could definitely use him. Poison should be strong against... Yeah, I know. Some of the matchups don't work. I think one of the things, if I remember correctly, I think I've heard a story about how Bug maybe shouldn't be called Bug, because it's more like trickery. It's like underhanded tactics more than just bugs, I think. Or maybe that was Ghost, but one of them is like, it's sort of a translation thing and a cultural thing a little bit, maybe. So some of the matchups are maybe not automatic, even though fire beats grass, grass beats water kind of stuff. Although not salt water. Anyway, let's I want to go through these boxes. I want to show you what I've got, at least briefly. I actually don't think I didn't level any of these up. I was in the process of leveling up my Mankey, but I kind of got bored with it. But I'm trying to get him promoted eventually or evolved. But yeah, just the fact that he gets a ground move with Duskclaw is kind of nice. But nothing special for him yet. Have not leveled up these guys, so no need to talk about them. But I have leveled up a few other things, so we'll just go through these boxes just to show them off. Plus, we gave them cool nicknames, so we gotta at least give them... we didn't do the plant, we didn't do the Lickitung, we didn't do the Starmie, we didn't do the Krabby, we didn't do the Poliwhirl. We did try to get the Vulpix to do something. It's pretty bad, though. We got to level 20 before I gave up. Its stats are really bad, like some of the worst first-tier Pokemon stats, honestly. Like, of all the stuff we've got, this is one of the weakest stat-wise. And it doesn't have any good moves. It's got Ember for weak fire, stab. It's got a priority normal and a ghost, but it's all low damage. His stats are terrible. I was not enjoying grinding that one, so done. Next box. I think most of the stuff in this box has been evolved, though, so... Okay, I didn't do Geodude yet. I haven't done Venonat yet. There's a bunch of these that are still on my to-do list. We got a bunch of EVs for later. We've got, I need another Moonstone, and we can get another Pokedex entry for that one. I don't really care too much about these guys. We did use a Moonstone on the Clefairy, the Claw-Not Fairy, because, remember, Fairy type doesn't exist. So, I don't know what these guys do. Like, I don't know if they're any good. I just haven't used them yet. But the rest of these, I grinded a little bit. Probably off camera. So, we have both of the Nidorans evolved, so that 2 more Moonstones, 2 more free Pokedex entries is basically what I wanted. I didn't want to have to grind it on screen. I didn't really use these guys. I just wanted to see how they looked. I have used them. Like, I could probably ban them, because I've definitely used these in my other playthroughs before. But I was just looking for anything unique. Horn Attack being rock is kind of cool. Double Kick, I think they usually get. Nothing really crazy. Is Dumpster... No, nothing's leveled 99. I haven't grinded that much. Also, hey there, awesome guy. I feel like their moveset is pretty standard, except now a rock-style Horn Attack is a nice... well, like... Poison ground, you need stuff to kill grass, right? So rock's okay, it's fine. But anyway, that's that one. The other version, the girl version, Prickly and Pricklish. The main difference is, I don't know, instead of a Horn Attack, they get a Growl, whatever. Barely. I think most people like the male Nidoran more than the girl Nidoran, I think. But, they're pretty similar. One's a little faster, one's a little defensive, but whatever. I did evolve the Catnip Dealer, because it doesn't take very long to level them up. Payday, you get a tiny amount of money. He's got a fighting attack, a normal attack, a couple normal attacks, and a ground attack. Like, honestly, all of these guys were easier to level than the Beedrill, because they have some decent attacks, Dumpster did get evolved, though. Maybe not level 99, but he did get to be a big fat dumpster rat. And honestly, this wasn't too hard. He got his Hyper Fang, which is fairly strong. He's got a fighting type move, which helps him kill normals. And but this is again his move set isn't super impressive. It's just normal and fighting, which is it's okay, but nothing crazy. We also were able to catch to the left in the Sandshrew Ekans classic grass spot to the left of Cerulean City, wild Squirtles. I'm not going to use them. This is in my banned category, really, but I'll have to get the Pokedex. So we got him to tier 2. Honestly, his moveset's pretty bad, too. I have a feeling the starters did not get very much love on their learning moveset. So, Water Gun, he can do water, but not much else. Yeah, not very impressed with him just for the few levels I did. The Danger Noodle, thankfully, is now a really big Danger Noodle. Still just Poison type. I think that's standard. But look, he learned both a Grass type, his standard Wrap and Bite combo, and an Electric attack. I don't think that's very normal. So, you know, Poison, I feel like a lot of times you get bodied by flying stuff, right? Does flying actually do... Flying is extra on Grass. I always mix it up. It's not actually effective on Poison. So he's more weak to ground attacks, right? As a Poison type. But anyway, Electric is a nice add, and Mega Drain's also a nice add. So this guy is viable. His stats are not the best, but his moveset was good. So like if you're playing along or thinking about playing along in this hack, I would consider a Danger Noodle. That was better than I expected. And yeah, some of the sprites are different too, yeah. Definitely some. I think the front image is the same, but the icons in your menu and the back sprites are somewhat updated. We'll go to regular Bat, who's now a big Bat, and did he get anything new? Well, we know Leech Life is stronger, right? It's a very strong bug attack, so that makes him better. He has Absorb for Grass, I guess, and a Wing attack, and the classic Supersonic. So I don't think he's too different, but the power-up for bug moves does help him out a lot. And we got a couple left here. I just wanted to get the evolutions out of the way, basically. This guy could be used because he's got an additional type. He's ground normal rather than just ground, rather than like mono ground. So Slash does get stab now. So Sand Slash with Slash is brutal. He learned Dig for free, so he's got a very strong ground move, a very strong normal move. They're both stab. Sharpen can let him buff up his attack and defense, and Pin Missile is a decently strong bug attack. I'm actually pretty happy with Sand Slash. He could join, but we have the ground flying bird already, which kind of covers ground. But again, that's one maybe to think about. Girlfish. Oops, I didn't want the Girlfish to be in the party. Get back in the box. We're on a timer here. We can't just keep doing this all night. Girlfish. Well, she got a little chonky. Maybe just put on too much makeup and ate a few too many Doritos. But yeah, she grew up. And also slightly different. Instead of pure water, it's water normal. Is that good or not? I don't know. But she does have Horn Attack, which is rock now. Peck, which is flying. Bubble Beam, which is a pretty good water move, to be honest. I mean, she's pretty high level. I think she didn't evolve till 25. But yeah, like, that's an interesting water move set. I'm not super impressed, but, you know. I also spent the time... I did remember the weird bug grass thing. It's not bad. It got Static Snag. Like, that's its counter to flyers, right? It's got that grass weakness to fly, but it can counter with a very strong lightning or electric. And Leech Life is much stronger, so it's got a stab, self-heal, both bug and grass. Throw in a strong electric. I don't know, it might need something ground or rock as well, and that's not bad. Again, average stats, but you could probably make that moveset work. I let the bird get bigger. It learned fighting. Fighting flying. That's a new combo for Gen 1. And it works. There's some synergy because they're both attack stats, so that's good. It doesn't actually have a fighting move yet, unfortunately. So Peck and Wing attack, and a ground move. I did notice, I think all of the starter birds learned Dustclaw. That's one thing I wanted to mention. So we thought our Doug Duo combo was super broken. Well, it does get stab, ground, and immunity to lightning. Usually birds, don't get that. But I will say, I think they all got a ground type attack. So they do get coverage for electric types a bit. I think they all got a bit of a buff. So that's kind of interesting. Speaking of Garbage Bird, I also got him to his mid-tier evolution. I guess this one didn't learn the ground attack, like I said. I totally just lied. But it does get Gust very early. He actually learned a flying attack before sand attack. Normally this guy only gets normal attacks, so for a while until he gets whatever. Like it's a bird that doesn't learn a flying attack for quite a while. So it was a slight upgrade. And I think that's it. So that's all that's all my research. I need to bring back... Who was my person? Oh man, I'm totally lost here. We're 25 minutes in. I haven't even left the Pokemon Center. Okay, we're gonna leave. I just gotta grab out number 6. I don't remember who it's going to be. Oh, right. I want to show off the Beedrill for a bit. All right. So, let's go. We did learn, I think this was between episodes. I want to show this real quick. The map is upgraded. So this was on the stream, but we didn't show it for an episode, for recording yet. If you're trying to figure out where to catch stuff, like, hey, you can catch a Squirtle in this area, you can see it on the map here, like it'll flash, so that's how you know it's not a, you know, starter only. Like, you can actually catch them in the wild. Look at the bottom, though. It says grass or cave, and there's a specific icon there. And then we'll switch to something that's clearly not in a grass or a cave, like, what's the obvious one? Maybe a Psyduck or something? Nope. Maybe... No, we caught that in the grass. It's going to be something we haven't caught yet, but, just blanking here. That's the one. So, if you see the little fish symbol, it'll say surfing. Surfing actually means surfing or fishing, because the fishing rod will also catch them. We tested that. But yeah, so it's actually quite a nice little feature, quality of life here. You can see if it's a grass or a cave or surfing or fishing, basically, for where to catch them. And they're all catchable, right? Like, you don't have to specifically... I think even... Maybe not all the promotions or the evolutions, but basically every unevolved one, there is a spot where you can go grab them if you want. Or maybe even 2. So, anyway, I thought that was a nice little quality of life. So let's get to work. This is the house where you can trade the Pidgeotto for the seal. Very easy trade. And we cannot get the Dig HM yet because we haven't actually talked to Bill. Go back to Psyduck? Alright, one more thing. Live chat. What do you want about Psyduck? That's in between, so that's at the bottom of the underground route on the way to the electric town, whatever it's called. I think that's the standard spot. The grass around all those trainers and right before he fights the Surge gym place. I think that's normal. Could be wrong. Anyway, we did also... There's a little bit of extra work we did. I don't think we talked about this, but I went up here into this grassy area to do a little bit of extra catching. This zone has bell sprouts, if you want some of these guys. As well as... That's where we caught the pincer. Maybe it was... I can't remember if I recorded or not, but... Hey there, Duffy. But yeah, this is where you can catch the pincer, the bell sprout, and also more abras if you want. So we already did lots of that. And it was a good place to do some training because, you know, we got things... Grass types are really weak to fire and flying and psychic, so nice to smack on some Bellsprouts. I did accidentally bump into this guy and do one trainer fight off camera, but whatever. I'm sure you guys will get over it. Most of these fights will be pretty easy. Was there an arrow? Maybe I'll have to look at that the Pokedex one more time. But yeah, we'll do a couple fights on normal speed, and then I'll start going faster. So we can show off some of our new Pokemon that I've trained up a bit. See, I mean, it's just gonna be one-shot territory, right? Do I have a favorite Gen 1? I mean, as a 10-year-old, or, you know, whatever I was when I first played it, I think I definitely preferred the Charmander line. I don't know. Nowadays, we don't even have to change. Look at this. You got a bird? Yeah, well, I got Aurora Beam. Oh, I turned the animations off. Right. I gotta turn this back on. I forgot. In the pursuit of grinding slightly faster. I do remember now. I'll turn them on just for general recording purposes. We'll go battle animations on. Because, you know, it's part of the fun. I'll have to think about it. Favorite Gen 1? It's not a Rhyhorn, I'll tell you that. I gotta put something different up front. I will say though that the Multibird can cover almost anything we run against. It's kind of hilarious. The Multibird, birdiest of birds. 3 birds are better than 1. Oh, good. Okay, I don't know what that's gonna do. Is this a Gen 1 version of Outrage or whatever it's called? The Rollout. That's the other one. Well, we have Flying, Ground, Fighting, Dragon. And it's dragon that ups your attack. So, I don't know what to switch. That's okay, because these are stab. We want to keep flying and ground generally, but fighting is nice coverage too. Fighting is our counter to. Well, I guess no. It's good to have a. I guess ground counters rock, and we get stabbed. So usually you'd use that against a rock anyway. It's likely a fighting move. Rolling kick. I bet you. Okay. I actually don't know. I'm going to cheat because I don't know. We're going to put a save in. I'm glad I put a save in because I clicked the wrong button. Do not abandon. I'm going to guess that it's rock, which we don't have. If it's fighting, that's fine. But let's have a look. We'll learn it. And we'll use it once, and then we can check it in the move decks, and then we'll know. Rolling kick could be fighting. But let's just go beat up some bugs or something here real quick. Because you have to use it once in battle, or see it once in battle. Okay, it is rock. It's fairly strong, whatever it is. I mean, he learned it at level 26. Right, and I know, we keep doing the side duck thing. I'm not sure what you're trying to call out. There's an arrow? Okay, fair enough. The arrow means you can both find it in the grass and switch to where you can surf or fish it. So you can see both. Nice feature. Good catch there, chat. Right, so we're looking for rolling kick. There, not even very far away. 60 power rock. Perfect accuracy. Literally, possibly our first good rock attack. I guess horn attack is pretty good, but this is way better than vanilla rock attacks, because, you know, accuracy. Also flinches. So 60 power rock plus flinch. So, okay, now that we know what it does, where do we put it? A good mid-game rock attack. I mean, I like the Dragon Rage because it's Dragon the type, which basically nothing resists. In this gen, literally nothing resists. We'll just say, and I think it's the same power, so 60 versus 60. But I think the reason I like Rage is it gives you a self-attack up, which is nice. But Rock would give us a good rock attack. What would I use it on? Sorry, this is really stumping me for a second here. That's our counter to fire, which we don't have otherwise. No, ground counters fire. So technically ground is better against most fire types. Rock gives us ice, which we don't have a count. No, fighting counters ice. Never mind. Flying. Okay, there's your value. This rock move would counter flyers. Yeah. Also bugs, but that doesn't matter. I'll say that there are so many enemy... Oops, I keep pressing the wrong button. There are so many birds, or like even stuff like Charizard, right? Like things that are fire, lightning, whatever, that have secondary flying are very common. So having a rock move that can't miss, and it's also still physical. Actually, Dragon might have been special. Shadow Ball. Yeah, Ghost, I think, is actually physical in Gen 1. It's weird. Like, it's one of the reasons Ghost moves kind of suck. Ghost is really weird. They did change it in this one. I think I talked about it last time a little bit. We've only seen one Ghost move so far. But it's a special feature for this Romhack that Ghost is now dynamic. And I did read a little bit about this between its sessions. Dynamic Ghost means it will use the user's better attack or special stat. So if you have a high attack and use Lick, it will be a physical attack. But if you have a high special and use Lick, it will use your special and the enemy, the opponent's special or physical defense. So Ghost is unique for Gen 1 now in this hack that can do either depending on the user. But yeah, they didn't do that with Dragon, right? So if we look at a Dragon-style move, of which there's not that many just yet, yeah, they're using special stat. So I actually think, knowing that in hindsight, if we're really trying to build Multibird to be the strongest he possibly can, his special stat kind of sucks. So he doesn't get as much value out of a special Dragon attack as a Rock attack, because his base damage will be weaker with the Dragon. It does technically give you a way of getting around enemies with, or, you know, enemies, but other Pokemon opponents, let's call them, let's say, that have high physical defense. If they have low special, even our mediumly low special could still beat them. You know what I mean? Like, it's nice to have both physical and special if you have the option. But in Gen 1, it's often better just to double down on what you're good at. So let someone else with high special do the Dragon, is probably what we're going to do. Anyway, Bird, we need to stop having this guy carry us. Switch out to the Beedrill. That was more in-depth than I intended, but we're learning. Alright, so first try, of course it's a fire type. We have nothing especially good against a Fire Boy, but, you know, we can show off some of our new moves. Acid is 50 power stab for us. You can see his Dragon type that doesn't do much. And then we've got our other... This is our priority move. Flying attack is still not enough. Well, I'm trying. I'm trying to use this Beedrill. We need to use them against enemies that we have advantage on. That was just the wrong matchup. Slowpoke. This is... should be Water Psychic. We have a bug move, right? Oh, yeah. Alright, finally. Twin Needle, go. Get out of here. It hits twice. It's super effective. So yeah, we do have a pretty good bug type attack there. Now, does that mean he's going to be on our team permanently? I just wanted to show off that eventually, he's like, if you're playing along, I don't really recommend a Beedrill. It takes too long. But, you know, if you pump some XP into him, sure. Yeah, no problem there, Duffy. I'm happy to talk about it. I know I sort of... it takes a bit of time, and sometimes I go on a bit of tangent, but I do enjoy with chat trying to figure this stuff out. I don't believe it gets ground type until final tier, so poison... Oh wait, not weak to... I don't know. I forget. No, poison's not effective on anything. Just remember that poison doesn't work on anything. Only grass. I could give it a small buff if I really wanted to cheat. Poison versus poison, does that resist itself? Probably. Yeah. It does lower defense, though, so, you know, stuff like that is good. This is just not a very great matchup, is all. Poor Beedrill fighting something it has no effective moves on. But we got him that level up. Maybe I'll try to get him to 25 before we bench him forever. Yeah, let's use someone with a ground attack at least. Which, of course, it's always the Flying Bird. The Super Bird. Dustclaw is real good. I mean, it's only, I think, a 40 base power, but just having access to that so early. I mean, sure, we'll want Dig and Earthquake, but for now. Okay, I don't think... Was I going to check anything else? I feel like we're going to try to keep using Beedrill. See how he does. I am going to start speeding these up a little bit, though, because I want to at least get to Bill here today. Okay, so, Geodude. You know... I wish we had a fighting move. That's what we need. A fighting move here, right? We've got Stab, Poison, Stab, Bug. We don't have a... You know, a Rock counter. Twin Needle works well enough, though, so that's good. Ground... I don't know. Maybe strong enough. It's just a really strong attack, so it's fine. Ooh, Bone Club. You know, we were talking about it last stream, how there was only 2 ground moves with no magnitude in Gen 1. Only Dig and Earthquake. That's not true. There's the 2 special Bone Club attacks, right? Bone Meringue and Bone Club. So there's actually 4 ground attacks. Just on one of them, it's literally only for one specific Pokemon. I should have used Wing Attack. Forgot. Psyduck. I think we learned that he's not actually Psychic, right? Not like it matters. It's like, what do you think? Beedrill? You know, okay. Oh, there's something important. The only way to get that item there is to make sure you... Secret strats. You have to draw this guy to this square or you don't get it, right? Until you come back later. Alright, more of these. We could go for crits. I think in Gen 1, the multi-attacks can't independently crit. Unless the hack has changed it. The multi-attack things like Twin Needle. I believe if they crit on the first one, then they all crit. Otherwise, if they don't crit, none of them will. Whereas in future gens, each one's calculated independently, I believe. So a high crit is kind of better when you get 2 to 5 attacks because, any one crit could be really powerful. At least that's the way I usually think of it. Anyway, we've got another Ekans. We did buff up, so theoretically... Oh, right. Ekans get electric attacks. We saw it on ours. That's one of the advantages of doing a little bit of grinding, is we saw ours learn Static Fang. But yeah, so now I gotta remember, a lot of these enemy battles are going to also have access to that. So I have to be careful with all my birds. Except Super Bird, which is immune to it, of course. Mega Drain. We could teach that, maybe. It actually would not be bad on Ivysaur. That's one of the guys... I don't think he gets a self-heal... Like, he gets Leech Seed, right? Does this guy learn any of the Mega Absorb line? I feel like he doesn't. but I could be wrong. I'm not really planning on keeping him, though, so... Alright, more Snick. Paralyzed. Maybe we can do it. We're just gonna fight through it, because I'm trying not to use items in battles here if I can avoid it. Again, fighting would be nice, because it's normal type. Yeah, blue lives, technically. Alright, we got that crit finally, cool. I don't actually think Beedrill's that good, but I just wanted to make sure I used him for one episode. So we're getting to see what he works at. Here, it's a plant, finally, right? Unfortunately, all plants are both poisonous and plants crack. But still does enough damage. It's not super effective. It's kind of annoying. Like, there are very few Pokemon that bug attacks are actually super effective on in Gen 1. It is effective on grass, but almost all the grass type are grass plus poison, right? So, just neutral. Seal. We can probably take him. I forgot to unparalyze. Who needs to unparalyze when you've got like 10 levels on your enemy? Wow, we're getting a lot of those fully paralyzed. Wow, are we gonna like 5 turns in a row there? Okay. Well, we got one level. This is what I wanted. So stats are strong, like pretty good. He does get a new move. Fury Attack is flying. It's a flying multi-hit. So we could switch Wing Attack for it easily enough. Wing Attack is priority, though. But I think we want to keep at least one... Like, I know I'm complaining about poison. I don't want to lose access to stab poison attacks yet. But it might be better to have a priority and a double flying. But I also could drop the crits. Whatever. Forget it. How often is it worth it to buff your crits? Are you ever going to set up with a Beedrill and then do a sweep? I really doubt it. Not without just going attack up instead of crit up. Alright, let's bench him. He got to 25. Next one to show off for a little bit. I want to show off the Pinsir for a little while, so let's throw him on the top slot. Looks like we're done the travel here. Oh, this is new. We can explain that. This is a new feature of... the ROM hack. If you hold A and B, you can change direction and basically lock yourself to not move. That can make it a lot easier to find hidden items. If you're like, how do I check? Oh, I can't get... You just go like that, and you can check that tile or that tile. So it's not super important, but it's a nice quality of life. Lots of stuff like that in this ROM hack. I guess we should do this normal speed. Hey, Bill, the Pokemaniac. I'm not joshing you. I'm actually a man. This is always a very weird one. This guy literally did the fly thing where he invented a teleportation device and a fly flew in and you got merged with it and we can undo it. It's an old horror movie. And it's like it never comes up again, right? It's just like we've got the technology to teleport people and turn them into Pokemon. And it will never be used again. Yeah, we want the Pokemon collection. Never mind, we don't want it. This is where our rival stole like half the Pokedex off of him, I guess. Anyway, we needed the ticket, but more importantly, we need a plot progression to do a trigger to actually get out of this next city. So that's that, and we can take a shortcut. Although we could just abracadabra back, but there is an item, I think. Pretty sure. TM31, no idea. It does firewall. Alright, well, contact Blue VPN to get a firewall installed on your computer. Yeah, I have no idea, Duke. There are Pokemon like Abra that can teleport people. Like, literally just magically teleport you to places you've been. They've got the technology to build teleporters between... I don't know what the maximum distance is, but, like... Aren't we... like, what's the technology level of this world, you know? Like, how much can you really do? And yes, you can teleport... Like, I guess maybe the idea is, like, Pokemon are special and can be turned into code on a computer. But they can also do it with humans that Bill's teleporting thing, right? Like, I don't know. The background lore for this game, this world, is a little bit sketch. We've been having some fun with that the last stream. All right, we're gonna. I know we were really excited to see. We're really happy to see the Beedrill, but we'll put it away. We've already got one bug. That's enough. I'm gonna bring the Rye truck. We didn't really have a good spot to grind him. I wanted to have a rock type somewhere, basically. Although now my bird also has rock moves. Stupid bird. The bird does everything, right? But, I want to try Rhydon for a little while, because he's pretty cool. Alright, so we can get into here now, because they were robbed. And we will help them by robbing the robbers and not giving their stuff back. Ah, they busted up our house and learned how to dig holes. Technically, we already have a Pokemon that can dig, but it's totally not us. I'm an innocent bystander. Just an innocent Team Rocket bystander. Walking around with a big R on his shirt. You know, like a Nazi helmet, white gloves, black uniform, and a whip. I'm just a random guy. Oh, I've got bad news for you. You've thrown out a bulky normal type against the Pinsir. The Pincinator. Yeah, he's super dead. A Drowsy. So usually bugs are strong against Psychic. Not so much fighting, but bugs. Vice Grip. Let's put this up near the top. 30 PP, super strong bug move. Get out of here. So, this guy... He's our secondary carry. You know, the Dodrio is like our #1 carry, but this guy is our backup. Okay, TM28. It's not an HM. It's not. You can't just teach everyone dig. But I believe now we can technically give it to someone to make them stronger. And it's not the best ground move, but lots of people can learn it. So this would be probably a good thing to give your Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, so they have something to do other than just Vine Whip. Obviously we could make our bird even stronger, the Rye truck even stronger. I don't know what to do with it. Dig is great, but we only have one. And then, you know, I don't like to use it and then bench it. This is a new house. Hey, Haven't you made enough trouble for me already? The door's boarded up for a reason. Nothing to see here. Get out. Just playing the Super Nintendo. Just playing some Terra Enigma. Just in the middle of the room. Stuck at Sylvain Castle. Yeah, okay, I get you. It's tough. Anyway, we'll probably have to come back here later. Just, you know, neat little side content for this ROM hack. So, unfortunately, can't get by one bush. One little stick in the ground. Hey, Tatsu. But, new area, new Pokemons, and a few new trainer fights. First off, we'll see if we can catch some new stuff. So, do I have anyone with any statuses? I feel like I must. I think we've got the bad sleep, right? Well, I say bad, but Hypnosis is just, you know, 2/3 or so. So, we'll just use that to catch some more. I think I have some Pokeballs, and that'll be fine. Yeah, you know, life has been hard, so I haven't done a whole lot of streaming and recording lately, but here we are, just doing some silly Pokemons. There we go, that's a new one, technically. So we want to get him in our bag. I mean, it's going to be pretty strong, so I just want to see if I can do like half damage or so. But yeah, okay, no problem. Actually, because we did like 1/5 damage, unless we got like super strong crit, Mega Drain should be safe here too. Yeah, Mega Drain's only twice as strong as Absorb, so. Let's see if we can get him Snoozy. I mean, these guys won't be that hard to catch anyway. But I do have a slight limit to my money and Pokeball collection, so. Because there's so many extra Pokemon to catch, I have to be a little bit carefuler, because we could just waste all our money on Pokeballs right now. Alright, hooray! We need a nickname for the weed. Is this... is this the weed that our Meowth does back alley deals with? During the day, it keeps its face buried in the ground. At night, it wanders around sowing its seeds. Yeah, I hear it's sowing those seeds at night all around. Leaving puffs of seed all around for everybody. What a good weed. It's the super slow plant, right? I mean, all the plants are very slow in general, but it's a 30 speed good special. It's fine. Like if you're playing a generic run, totally could use an Oddish if you want. So how are we gonna name him? We want to do the continuation of the story of our dealer. Can we? We don't have like. Yeah, I was looking for like the quotes to call him the Seed Man, but I you know. Maybe. Okay, here. This is a little silly. We're gonna call him, because we got him for free, we're gonna call him the free trial. Because the first one's always free. There we go. Alright, let's keep catching stuff. There should be a Bulbasaur down here as well. We checked the area last time. Well, that's also a bit unique. Raditz? Yeah, that's not bad too, actually. Alright, well, this will probably be a little harder to catch. See if I can get sleep right off. Didn't work. Oh for 2. Standard Hypnosis takes 3 tries. And I imagine with Resistance to Grass... Come on, Instant Wake Up? That's definitely a change in the hack. Gen 1 Sleep is supposed to be super strong. And it is. But I think they made it possibly end immediately rather than always at least 2 turns. But yeah, Farfetch'd as a sort of final evolution state tends to be, I would expect, a higher or a more difficult catch rate than the, usually the unevolved ones are usually easy, right? Are you kidding me? I hate this thing. Alright, just catch it. It's injured while you're sleeping, just throw some balls. Has anyone ever used a Farfetch'd? This is not something I've used. I know they're kind of known for like sword dancing up into super high attack, but I mean, there's no baton pass in Gen 1, so you can't share it. It's just for himself. So what's he good at? Does he have like any good moves? It uses leaks. I know there's like one of the more recent games. Well, it might be 100 in Gen 1, but in this Romhack, there's been some rebalancing at least. I think it's like 60%. It's not great. I'm not really happy of. I think maybe sleep is just very strong, so maybe the Romhack nerfed it a little. Normal flying, very good speed. Overall stat total not amazing for a final tier evolution. His physical isn't that great because he's normal flying, so you gotta use physical damage. So, but the speed kind of doubles down on the crits a little if you want to go that route. We'll just go with another dumb reference. Showing my age for old internet culture. Anyone that has a leak, though. Okay, I don't expect a high it's not very likely I'm gonna want to use the my only awakening. Whatever. I don't expect any real plan to use Farfetch'd, but you know, we're catching things for the Pokedex. Let's just get out of here. Seriously. I love it. Can we just use this guy to heal back up slowly? I mean... Okay, it's gonna be one of those days. Just really annoying fights. Yes. It's an old... It's like a GIF before memes were memes. And I know it's probably still alive even now. Okay, just run away from the Oddish. I wonder if we need to jump down a layer... This should all be the same encounter zone, but... I've seen only 2 enemies here. There's definitely more. Okay, I'm gonna try... Hold on. I want to look at my map. How do I know there's a way to change the box in the PC from a distance. But I feel like I can't access it like I thought I could. Okay. That is our location. It's all one tile on the overall map, and I believe that's all that matters for the encounter zones. Because what we're looking for, I guess we already technically have. I just wanted to see him in the lot. Yeah, there should be Bulbasaur here. If you're playing along, if you don't have one, I know technically it's my starter, so it doesn't really matter. I just wanted to show it off because we caught the Squirtle off camera, and we're almost an hour in again. Gee whiz. So if you picked like a better starter, hey, look, there you go. If you want one of these, here, that's where you get them. And if that's all there is, that's fine. Okay, just... Well, I guess we'll kill him. Try. We know all he has is Vine Whip, so... Great. Can you... I hate everything. I'm so mad at these random encounters. This never grind in this grass tile. Everything puts you to sleep, poisons you, paralyzes you, just waste your time. I'm gonna try to get... I know we're almost an hour in. Oh, jeez. It's gonna be super annoying. Gotta get rid of the antidotes or the flashing will kill us until he dies. I want to see if I can get the trainer battles done here at least before the end of the episode. Obviously, we can't take the direct route due to thirsty guards blocking the road. A little bit of looting here, but there's a few little trainer battles I want to see if I can fit in this episode. And then we'll do the underground path next episode. Right, I just skipped the daycare too. You can drop things off and let them slowly level up in the background. That's how I did my very first Magikarp to Gyarados. Just dropped him off as a little baby fish and came back, and he was a higher level fish that evolved eventually. Well, good start, Rytruck. Okay, this is a good chance to get free heals, though. I guess defense curl's a little different than it used to be, too, because it's usually defense up, but now it's something different. I don't even know what that said. Okay, we're going to do these a little quicker. I think the level gap is too high. Our Abra counter is definitely Pinsir. But yeah, the level gap is a little bit too big right now for it to be a very dangerous fights. Every now and then they sometimes sneak a trainer in that's surprisingly high level. And we'll take those more seriously if they're closer to ours, but I don't expect level 17. Even against my Rytruck, 5 level difference. Like, what's it gonna do? Okay, of course it gets a crit first try. Yeah. Classic. Seal, we don't really have we have our own Seal, but we don't have a electric or anything, so grasses. This is not a good matchup really, because they'll probably have ice attacks, you know, and that's a problem. Oh, a Dratini! That might be our first Dratini. I got rid of my dragon attack, of course. But we have an ice attack. I mean, I guess it's just a little baby, but get out of here. No Dratinis allowed. Thanks for the money. Alright. Get a couple more fights, a little bit of money, and we'll call that episode 1 of the stream. Bad news for Eevees. Get out of here. Okay, we didn't one-shot. Yeah, the back sprites are new, or at least some of them are new. We don't... He did switch out intelligently. I think my Eggs Benedict... Oh, right, I keep forgetting I don't actually have a Psychic move yet, so we're actually not specifically good here. Stupid Hypnosis. I need to get rid of Hypnosis. Alright, that's it. The bird's the only solution. I hate these things so much. Everything I fight has status effects. Alright, Rytruck, you can deal with more Eevees. I don't really hate status effects, I just hate that you have to go through this rather clunky menu system to get rid of them, and, you know, consumables, it just takes a lot of time, right? And otherwise, these fights are mostly trivial. We're gonna use... Probably our best counter to a Grass Psychic is... that. Yeah, this guy is a pretty hard counter to execute, right? The only thing Bug is good at is doing 4 times damage at, like, ridiculous. It's true, this is definitely no classic Shining Force bird. It's very strong. Oh, I had rock. I thought I had a ground one here, but rock will do. Hey, level 26. Yeah, he's that guy's pretty strong. All right, so that's going to be our end point here for the first episode. Still a little over an hour, but next time we'll head down to you know, the next path. There'll be some new Pokemon to catch, and I guess we got to do our ship thing. What do we call that? The SSN or whatever it is. So thanks for watching, future tubers. You know, first episode of the stream. I'm a little off. I didn't really talk about it on the episode, but it's been a bit of a rough day, so I'm a bit loopy maybe. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and have a great day.